I could reach the stars, I'd pull them down for you. I'd shine it on my heart so you could see the truth, that this love I have inside is everything it seems. But for now I find it's only in my dreams that I could change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, baby, if I could change the world. That I could change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, baby, if I could change the world, baby, if I could change the world, baby, if I could change the
Paula, Hanke. Thank you. Good morning, Jubilee. You can change the world, and you can begin it by turning to someone right next to you, wish them a good morning, let them know you are glad they're here. There might be somebody you don't know, somebody you want to know better. So, here at Jubilee, I contend that we could begin celebrating Interdependence Day instead of Independence Day. You know, we talk a lot about things being all connected. Well, we could be interdependent. You know, Wendell Berry says, from the wonderful quotes to Anne Ray, give Anne Ray, please, a round of applause. She's been doing this for so long. Wendell Berry says, so friends, every day do something that won't compute. Love the Lord, love the world, work for nothing. Take all that you have and be poor. Love someone who does not deserve it. Would that not change the world? Would that not change this interconnected world, this interconnected, lit up world? You are light, jubilants. Today, we are pondering that question. What does it mean to be a citizen in this new, interconnected, on the edge, hanging by the seat of your pants, skin of your teeth, beautiful, wonderful world? We're in a new time. So let us thrill ourselves with that question. Let the rivers of citizenship run. Let's stand and sing.
Here we go. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep, from the mountains of faith to the river so deep. I must be looking for something sacred I lost. But the river is wide and it's too hard to cross. Yeah. Even though I know the river is wide, I walk down to the east and I stand on the shore. I try to walk to the opposite side so I can finally find what I was looking for. In the middle of the night, I'm walking in my sleep through the jungle down to the river of the deep. And I was searching for something divine that it can only be seen by the eyes of the mind. I'm not sure about love in the name. I know I've never been the spiritual one. Every time I water away to the river that runs to the promised land. In the middle of the night, I'm walking in my sleep through the desert of truth, to the river so deep. We all end in the ocean, we all start in the streams. We're all carried along our rivers of dreams in the middle of the night. I'm walking in the middle of the night.
Shout out to Brother Gabriel. It's so great to see you dancing with us. And I'd like everyone to breathe deeply for our brother Yona, who just requests some peaceful prayers this morning. He's with us in spirit, as he says. So breathe in a good way for our brother Yona. So today we will ponder the directions of this country by asking, what do these mean to you? It's a wide open question. So as we turn to face the directions, we will let the question hang. So as we turn to face the east, we will say, holy winds of the east, what are these winds? Just breathe with it. What is this rising light that shines over us? Quarter turn to the right as we face the south. What does it mean as we look over these rivers and these rolling hills? What is the south to you, jubilants? We hold that abundance. It's a good question. Quarter turn to the right. We face the west. Good winds to the west, the setting sun and the rising stars. What does it mean to face this way in your lives, jubilants? What is it to you? Breathing deeply. Quarter turn to the right as we face the north. Winds of the north. The ever-impending chill. What are the lessons that await us? Breathe in that question. What is it? Turn back to the center. Look across this community. Whether it's your first time here or you've been here 1,700 times, what does it mean to face each other? What does it mean to belong? What does it mean to belong to the earth, to a country, to this moment? What is it? What is it? Spirits of the earth, teach us how to ask questions. O the keepers of the above, let us sit in holy mystery and wonder. Breathe deeply. Now, we will invoke the spirit of Pete Seeger in a way that is so perfect. We've got a wonderful banjo with us today, and let us do what is good to feed the hungry.
This land is mine, from California to New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. Keep singing, everybody. As I was walking that rhythm highway, I saw from me an endless skyway. I saw it rolling, that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. But this sunny morning, in a shallow seagull, I really thought this. I saw my people, and as they stood hungry, I stood there wondering if this land was made for you and me. Keep going. Millions of women are quickly learning, with hearts so wounded, but spirits burning. Our strength in numbers, we shout together. This land was made for you and me, and all the islands of distant flowers will grow and rise up and fields of flowers that pour the This land was made for you and me. Let's do the chorus one more time. This land is yours. This land is mine. From California to New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
All right, Jubilee in action. It's time to look at all the things we've got going on and the ways you can get involved. Do you know about the Wednesday night thing? Yeah, a few very inspired jubilants have gotten together to create a Wednesday night event that goes on right here in the Celebration Center. What are the times? 7 to 8? Is that right, Daniel? Okay, 7 to 8 on Wednesdays. 6:45, and then we start grooving, and then it's lightly led. Daniel Barber, Billy Jonas, Whitney Moore, and Jackie Dobrinska will share leadership in this. And despite the last-minute notice last week, we had over 30 people here in the Celebration Center. So put it on your calendar. We're going to do this throughout the summer. Definitely the dates right now are July 6th, 13th, and 27th. So keep your eye on the newsletter for all the dates that we'll be doing that this summer. We've got more events coming up right here in the Celebration Center. And please know, we are kind of in a fundraising mode. Come with a little cash in your pocket if you can. But no, we will never turn anybody away for lack of funds. Okay? We don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable if they can't afford it. We want your energy. The next Azul Conscious Movement class is this Friday, July 8th, from 6:15 to 8:30. Dancing is medicine, and these classes take place on most second and fourth Friday evenings. All genders and ages are invited to participate, regardless of dancing experience. They're asking a $20 fee, and there is an advanced registration on the website. The Earth team is sponsoring a screening of the PBS documentary Elsa's Legacy, The Born Free Story. It's hosted by Wendy Wheat, who lived and worked with the Adamsons of Born Free fame in the Kenyan bush in the late 60s. Light refreshments will be served, and donations support Jubilee and the Born Free Foundation. Did I say January? No, January. God. I've been wishing for January. I sweat so much yesterday. Well, too much information. July 20th, in the air conditioning, from 7 to 8:45. Street Creature Puppet Collective will be holding a music and puppetry show for all ages at 4 p.m. on Saturday, July 23rd. The Living Earth is the name of the presentation. It celebrates the plant world of Appalachia. Tickets are on a sliding scale and partially benefit Jubilee. And looking further into the future, the Jubilee Summer Orchestra, I didn't read this, is planning to be back on Saturday, August 20th. Mark your calendars. Oh my gosh, that's great news. Stay tuned for more details. Did you see the feature story on JAMS, the Jubilee Alternative Microshelter? Did you see it? Yeah, in the Mountain X. It describes how JAMS provides a safe space and resources for unhoused women who just need a little bit more time to find permanent housing. There are still volunteer opportunities to bring food, spend the night, check the women in, and more. The C's for Celebration for the Via Positiva are on the website, and if you're inspired to give a gift of poetry, of song, of whatever you're inspired around the theme for that Sunday, check out the seeds, give me a call, we'll get you on the calendar. Daniel, I think you had something.
Thank you, Susie. I don't know what you said, but thank you. So I was asked to help with the short-term fundraising. And so as you know, we're in a fix. And we've got a couple of months to whether we're going to make it or not. So, little issue. And I don't have time to organize a whole bunch of fundraisers because I just don't have any time in my life. So remember when we used to hand out envelopes with $10 and just say, hey, raise your hand if you want to take one of these envelopes, right, and turn this $10 into 100 or 1,000, right? That's what we're going to do, except you don't get the $10. I mean, what's $10? I mean, you got $10, right? So that's what we're going to do is I invite you to come up with your own ideas about how you could bring in $100, $500, and go do it. And, right, go do it. And if you would like to do something that may involve some coordination with some people, let me know. Come up to me afterwards, write down your name and email on a little piece of paper and give it to me after the service, and I will do whatever I can to make sense of it. But basically, this is us, right? So if we need to raise money, let's raise some money, all right? Are we on? Raise your hand. Yeah, we good with that? That's all I got. So, I've just been thinking of so much stuff, y'all, lately. It's tons and tons and tons of stuff. And so I was talking with Billy and Whitney last night about plans for this coming Wednesday, and I was like, the first step in changing is stopping what we're doing. Just stop what we're doing. And if we're kind of going along like this, if I'm kind of doing this, and wow, I'd really love that. And I'm sitting here doing this, and I'd really love that. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to start looking at that. And so I'd go, oh, I really want that. And then I spend the next 5 or 6 or 10 or 15 years looking at it and doing the same thing. And it occurred to me a couple days ago, I was like, oh, right. And I kind of do this in my piano improv stuff too, right? I see this all the time. People just don't stop doing what they do. And I was like, stop. And the hardest thing to do, I think, is to turn. Right? I mean, any of us have worked with people with addictions or organizational change stuff. I mean, anything. It's like, because this is like, I've never done this before. All of a sudden, the path looks completely different than that path. I know that path. And now it's like, right? I've all these words that are coming in that I can't speak onto a loudspeaker system with kids in the room. It's scary, right? But then take the next step. And it's all I don't have to know the whole path, just take the next step. And Whitney pointed out that like really the first step is to get the vision in the first place. Like just get the vision. Well, how do we get a vision when there's, 100 people in the room, right? You've got a vision, and you've got a vision, and you've got a vision, and I've got a vision. How do we move forward in a way that we have the same vision? When we all have different visions, we see the world differently. We can't have the same vision. So how do we proceed in a way that's coherent, like as community, right? And I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, and I was really, my heart was like, I was in terror. I was like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm going to do. I ended up going back to sleep, and I had the strangest dream. And it was, I was in this room, somebody was sitting across the table from me, and there was a bunch of people over, like 6 or 8 people over there. And we all had glasses on. Everybody had glasses, and which is kind of curious. And Paula was one of the people who was over there. She had glasses. Yeah, well, see, wasn't that weird? Maybe it wasn't that strange. And I think Bruce Mulkey was one of those people over there. And I just sort of, they were over there, they were really involved in something, and it seemed really serious, and they were quiet. And I just kind of wanted to lighten the mood a little bit, and so I said, hey, look at this. There's like, 16 pieces of glass in here. Right? And they kind of looked over at me and went, oh, that's nice. Thank you, Daniel. Shut up. And then when they finished their little meeting, they all kind of got up, and Paula looked at me and kind of was a little sheepish, and she said, we're Republicans. And it was like kind of they were just had a Republicans Anonymous meeting or something. And I mean, it was a little surprising, I had to like shift, but the thing that was in me was, I don't care. Like, why were you concerned about that? Why were you concerned about telling me that? It's like, I still love you. I kind of felt like Howard's dad, he used to tell this story about when he was 18 or something, and he told his dad, who was a minister, was a Methodist minister, and he went to his dad and he said, Dad, I'm not sure that I believe in God. Do y'all remember this story? Yeah. Right? And what did his dad say? Do you believe I love you? And he said, yeah. And he goes, well, that's good enough. That's good enough for me. Yeah? You believe I love you? And that's what I wanted to say to Paula and all those people. It's like, that doesn't, do you believe that I love you? And yeah, you may see things one way. I see things differently. We'll probably have things we see differently. And that's a good thing. That's a good sign. Right? I don't want to have to know everything. I don't want to have to know everything. We can't. So if we can learn to benefit from somebody who actually thinks differently, that's a good thing. Because then we have more of a fuller picture of what reality actually is, right? We have more of the data that we all need. So can you hand me that A, please? We all know this song, or most of us do, so please help me sing along, because I don't want to sing this by myself. Last night I had the strangest dream I ever dreamed before. I dreamed the world. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. I dreamed I saw a mighty room. I dreamed I saw a mighty room, and filled with women and men, and the papers, and the papers, silence dead, never fight it, never fight it. People in the streets below, and the people in the streets street. We're dancing round and round. We're dancing round and round. And guns and swords and uniforms. And guns and swords and uniforms scattered, scattered on the ground. Last night I had the strangest dream I've ever had before. I dreamed the moon would be good friends more.
Daniel, we love you, brother. Daniel will be doing the message on Jubilee's birthday on August 7th. I encourage everyone to be there and come to the Wednesday thing. So, Daniel, that was beautiful. And Daniel, to follow up on that and to take you up on your offer, I'm going to do, because of that, I'm going to do a DreamWork course here at Jubilee and donate all the money through the Talent Project. So, good thing I do. So, now is when we pray. Simple as that. I invite you to ring and sing your bowls and bells. Diane is at the Western Wall to pray with you online. Thank you, by the way, Willie in Portugal. JD has COVID, so please pray for him. Pray for everyone that's dealing with that right now. Put your prayers in the chat. Oh, grab a bowl and bell. Let's pray together. We belong. We're all connected. In our breath, we are connected. In our prayer, we are connected. Receive these prayers. I invite you to take a hand or paw. We need more dogs, but I will say this. It's wonderful to have some kids here today. I'm not going to call them out, but I see them, young and old. Well, just take it in. Just take it in. We've been through so much. And this is how we strengthen, right? This is what a wheel looks like. I mean, kind of. It's a little bit of a wonky wheel. But this is the rim of a wheel. This is how it turns around. I mean, it's not all the way around, but you get the picture. I just finished a course where the teacher would always end it by saying, "Together we are magic." And a lot of us in the course rolled our eyes. It was a Zoom course, and she called us a square circle. But That's what it was. Together we are magic, and we are a circle because of that thing, because of this thing. Jubilance, together we are magic. And in that spirit, squeeze those holy hands online, squeeze those virtual hands, breathe deeply. After we sing or as we sing, because you just can't resist it, share God's peace with one another.
Reach out your hand if your cup be empty, if your cup is full, let me again, let me know there is a fountain down in some place by the hands of man.
The next week is a holiday.
Reach out your hand if your cup be empty, if your cup is full, let it be again, let it be known. There is a fountain that was not made by the hands of man.
You may be seated. Or you may be not. You may be dancing. As a quick reminder, the celebration team will be meeting right after this service, and we invite folks to participate. We're now changing it up, and you, whether you like it or not, are a member of the celebration team. So, I invite you to hear these ancient words. After the Lord appointed 72 others and sent them 2 by 2 ahead of him to every town and place where he was about to go, he told them, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest field. Go! I am sending you out like lambs among wolves. Do not take a purse or bag of sandals, and do not greet anyone on the road. I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions, to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. However, do not rejoice in that spirits submit to you, but rejoice that the names are written, that your names are written in heaven." And this one you can read with me, because it's on that banner right there by Margaret Mead. "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. It's the only thing that ever has." This is ancient wisdom and holy word. Thanks be to all that is wise and holy. All creation is wisdom and holy word. All creation sings of wisdom and God. Hallelujah. So, thank you. So, citizenship. What we're talking about today. And of a charged topic. What does it even mean? I mean, it's rather automatic. We're born into countries as citizens. You know, it's not even like really a choice.
Jay, you're getting far too cerebral. You're thinking about this too much. I have a demonstration.
Oh, you're gonna get physical.
I am going to get physical. This is our life. This is your life, my life. It's a vessel that we fill in ways, you know, with work,
Marbles.
with family. There's my family's marbles. We found them. With friendship, community. I'm sorry if this is loud. We have ways of filling the time that is given us. I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me? I can't hear me.
I can hear you
Okay.
just fine.
Okay. Jay, what would you fill the vessel of your life with?
Lord, I've lost so many marbles. So like finances.
Yeah.
Those are lots of marbles that I lose.
Yeah.
Work. Oh, yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Being
single. Lord God.
Well, it doesn't take long
Yeah.
to fill the whole thing up.
Yeah.
That's a pretty full life right there.
It is. So this is like a person, but it's also like this could be society too,
Yeah.
because all these components that we just named, they also connect a thing that makes society works. Don't you think?
I think so. And you know, the individual, the community, the society, the world, we're all in it together and we're all connected.
So when it comes to like all of this being connected, who do you think of when it comes to all of this fitting together?
Well, I think for me it goes back to my dad. My dad was a World War II veteran. You know, here it is, you know, 4th of July. We hang our flags, don't we?
Mhm.
I do. It was a tradition in our family to hang the flag. And he would get out there every single national holiday, every holiday. Drag out the ladder, slap it up on the side of the house, up to that beam that goes across our porch, hang that flag, and as it unfurls for us and the world to enjoy, I don't know, I felt proud. I felt happy. As a kid, I didn't really understand the relevance of it all, but, you know, it made me feel good. I'm not a preacher, so I don't get this stuff in my head. I got to use my notes, you know? So after my dad died, I was the one that inherited the flag. I guess I keep it in the top drawer of my buffet in my living room, in my dining room. And I hang it on the beam on my front porch. Sometimes I leave it up from Memorial Day to Labor Day, all summer long. And sometimes I don't hang it at all. But every time I do hang it, I think of my dad and I think of what he believed in. He believed that people were inherently good and they want to do the right thing. He was steady and strong and believed in a government that allowed people to make their own choices about their lives. So when I first moved into my house, I decided to carry on that tradition. My neighbor and I were out talking one day in the driveway, and she said, you know, Susie, when I stepped outside my house the other day and saw your flag hanging there, it made me a little uncomfortable. And I'm like, really? Tell me why. I kind of knew why, but I wanted her to voice it. She said, yeah, it makes me think about the direction our country's going and the way certain groups want to dominate and control people's lives. They wave the flag as though they have all the right answers. And that's what I see when I look at the flag, and I don't like it. I said, Nancy, that's exactly the reason I put it up. Not to make you uncomfortable, that would be mean. but I put it up to reclaim our freedom, the symbol of our freedom. I believe what our country was founded on, our inherent rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it'll always be a struggle. It'll be a struggle when the egos try to trample on those rights. But we must keep those values in the forefront of our vision. It's a strange day when flying the flag is an act of defiance. I haven't hung my flag yet this year. I've been struggling with that. I may just hang it upside down. Well, I'm distressed, and our country's distressed. It's a lot, and there's a lot to do. Take a deep breath with me. As I was organizing this little talk, I thought of Dory. Dory from Finding Nemo? Dory, that funny little quirky, weird little fish with no long-term memory, no short-term memory either. And when faced with an impossible task in a giant, scary ocean full of sharks and currents, she had a mantra. Can you say it with me? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. We've got a lot of folks here in our community that have been swimming for a long time. And we want to recognize a few of those today.
Suze, you are a hero. I just got to say.
Takes one to know one.
And your dad's a hero, too.
Yeah, he is.
So let's take a moment to think about those heroes. But yeah, there's some Jubilee heroes among us. I'm out there, too. One I can think of right offhand. Carol Greenspan.
Yeah.
Carol Greenspan. Don't worry, it's not like the Academy Awards or anything. But, and everyone who helped put together Room at the Inn over decades, helping to not only house women who couldn't have homes at the moment, but to also feed them, entertain them, listen to them, and also, most importantly, to get the them out of the equation. We. Yeah.
And the feeling of safety.
Yes.
I mean, that's huge.
Mm-hmm. Especially now.
Yeah.
And then Ron Katz.
Oh, Ron. Oh,
Ron Katz.
Yeah. He's a patriot if ever there was one. We got to reclaim these words,
Yes.
y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Katz is a patriot.
Yeah. Tireless work at the United Way for also decades. Social justice activist and advocate. Constant. Are you on his email list, by the way? Whew. Nonstop, but actionable work. Stuff that you can get done right here in Asheville. I don't see any of the hats. I know they're on in spirit. Joan and Andre Naylor. Yeah. Okay. So they have made the work of taking care of migrants fleeing places like Libya and Syria and other war-torn countries fun because if y'all have knitted the Beanie Babies, sorry kids, they actually disemboweled Beanie Babies and put them on hats. But selling those hats for outrageous prices to make sure that the migrants crossing dangerous waters could be fed and housed and get to safety. Again, safety, right? Yeah.
What?
We said her name earlier. Come on.
We invoked what?
We invoked Anne Ray.
Anne
Ray.
She's one of those quiet, behind-the-scenes people that contributes in a big way. She provides our those messages
Meditation
and
readings.
meditation readings
Yeah.
in the bulletin every week, and she's done that for years. But it's something she loved. It's a passion that she
Yes.
has, and she brought to the community.
Dance, and also helping other adults who need another steady hand with them to help them feel safe, which reminds me of another one that I see out here right now.
Is she here?
She's here.
Oh. Karen Altis.
Karen Altis.
Karen
Oh.
works with autistic children.
Yeah.
And again, brings her heart to the job.
Yeah.
Does it because she loves it. As a teacher, as someone who loves children and wants to make a difference.
Yeah. I know. It's kind of the back row quiet. Don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
And then there's also, there's other back row people that I see too, kind of, around. Like, I don't know the 3-person leadership team right now of Michael and Elizabeth and Phil. I don't know if Phil's here today, but oh no, Phil's got COVID.
Oh, jeez.
Dag nabbit. And Ryan Crabtree has COVID too, but they've had to set aside their lives to like take this ship, get it out of the harbor and bail the water out. And okay, my
Plug the
ship
holes.
metaphors are a little off, but at a tricky time. But I can think of other people who really have helped out at tricky times. Especially also thinking about the kids here today and bringing joy to kids.
Oh, Trish and Paul Howie.
Oh,
Yeah. For kids' sake, is there?
That's it.
Yeah, is there a group? They do pet therapy, and out of their love of dogs, and bring it to children that are in the hospital and suffering, just bringing a little happiness through their pet therapy program. So.
that's right, the dog popcorn, right?
Good.
Or
Over here.
oh, popcorn. Oh, yeah. We will. Don't. Yeah.
Don't jump the gun,
yeah,
Daniel.
yeah.
We have leaders
yeah,
here.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a thing called precognitive dream work. We'll get into that. So, but it's all about doing things out of love, right? And I can think of like one person who kind of did something out of love, and it has to do with like abandoned stuff, really, like old abandoned buildings. And like back in like the early 80s, there was like this abandoned building in Asheville that was falling down, and there was like plaster and whatnot, and took this building that was going to get demolished and turned it into a home that later became like this model of like co-op living, and it still is there.
And a school.
And a school.
Yeah.
And then like another place that later was like totally abandoned, had the ceiling falling in, it smelled like pee, and later became a model for spiritual living. It's here. That person's Howard Hanger.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. And we're surrounded. We're surrounded. And jumping the gun. Why don't we just sweep around and just, you're going to have the reasons in your heart, and we'd stay here forever. Hold that reason. Confidently shout out names as I sweep my arm around. And we're going to do a couple of passes, but shout out some names.
Who are your heroes?
Who are your heroes? Yes, Vicky.
Susie Q.
Susie Q.
Andy.
The dad.
Mimi.
Mimi. Majo. Daniel.
George.
George. Julia.
Lynn Rosser.
Lynn Ross. Dale Hughes.
Sharon Hughes.
Bruce Mulkey.
Carrie Hughes. Bruce Mulkey.
Paula
Paula Hanke.
Don Fortuna.
Don Fortuna.
Paul.
I know.
Beautiful
Day to be the mountains. Amen, brothers and sisters. Carrie Sandoval. Leona. Ruth Seaver.
Oh, wow.
Gabriel. Leona. Helene Hill. Oh, no. Just shout them out all at once. Let's just go nuts. Let's go nuts. Let's go nuts. All right. Howard. Here's the bad news, guys. Here's the bad news. The bad news is the list is endless. And we can't recognize everyone. The good news is the list is endless.
Yes.
And we can't recognize everyone because heroism is happening right now. Heroism is happening right now. And it happens for all of us. It begins in here, so it spreads out there. The good work begins like little seeds and
So I think we're back to this. Our full lives, our full world, our full society. And what do we all need to live? Water. Water nourishes us, keeps us hydrated and healthy and thriving. And it connects us, fills in the gaps. It fills in and touches every single part of our world. This is us. This is us. This is what inspiration is. Inspiration fills in the gaps, expands our energy, gets things done. You'll never look at a marble the same way again, will you?
No, you could see those before as gaps needing to be filled, or you can see these as connections. You could see them as problems, or you can see them as opportunities. In the relationships that we have, that which we belong to, we can see how these all work together. You know, society, it nurtures the person. But the person nurtures society. They're one and the same. It's a symbiotic relationship. Oh, there I go again. Big words being all up in my head.
Yeah, you're full of it.
But it's about one for all. It's in all of us, after all. It's in all of us.
I think we are here for all of us.
We are here for all of us. We are here for all of us. That's why we are here. Why we are here. We are here. We are here for all of us. We are here for all of us. That's why we are here. Why we are here. We are here.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's not quite over yet, because we've got to get those bowls going around. You can be heroes for more than just one day, jubilants. So look at that. You can donate online or via PayPal. Right there, QR codes. So
We're going to do a little song while everyone's filling the bowls.
yes,
Is that okay?
that's wonderful.
All right.
Thank you.
If you hear, I gotta get the right note. If you hear this message, keep playing, guys, I'll get it. Calling every man. We're the generation, we can't afford to wait. The future started yesterday, we're already late. We've been looking for a song to sing, search for a melody, search for someone to lead. We've been looking for the world to change. If you feel the same, then go on and say, if you're out there, sing along with me. Yes, you're out there. We're dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud if you're out there. Tomorrow's starting now. Now. Oh, tomorrow's starting now. Starting now. Starting now. If you're out there, sing along with me. Yes, you're out there. We're dying to leave that there. Tomorrow's starting now. Yes, you're out
Blessed gift givers. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, jubilants, you are out there. Whew. I invite you to stand and hold hands as we kick the old heart around and send ourselves out into this week where we need each other. Happy Independence Day.
And I was dreaming in my dreamland of an aspect bright and fair. And in my sleeping, it was broken. But my dream had lingered there. And in the form of shining valleys where the pure air recognized in my senses newly opened, I awakened to the cry that the people have the power to redeem the work of fools upon the meek. The gracie shower, it's decreed, the people roll. The people have the power, don't forget it. The people have the power. The people have the power. The people have the power. Yeah. suspect, and the bending as if to hear, and the army ceased advancing, had their feet shepherds, and the soldiers, well, they lay beneath the stars, exchanging visions, laying arms to the waist, in the dust, in the form of shining valleys, where the pure air recognized, and in my senses newly